avec les Canadiennes et les Canadiens. So here's how it works. A sovereign wealth fund is essentially a national savings and investment account. It's designed to grow wealth for future generations of Canadians. Many countries that are blessed with natural resources, like Norway, have sovereign wealth funds. Canada hasn't had one until now. The new Canada Strong Fund will give all Canadians a direct stake in building Canada strong. Now, to be clear, just like with the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway 150 years ago, Canada's major projects will mostly be built by private companies. And just as in the 1870s, the federal government will support these projects through loans, grants, and other incentives. And we do this because these projects have wider benefits to our economies, benefits that exceed the private returns. I'll give an example. Expanding the port of Montreal at Contrecoeur will unlock new markets for thousands of Canadian businesses and create hundreds of thousands of jobs for Canadian workers. So, until now, while those wider benefits flowed to the Canadian economy, flowed to our country, the financial returns of the projects themselves flowed only to those who built and ran them. That changes today. When the CPR was built, the government of the day granted a private monopoly to the company. Today, to create wealth for Canadians today and our kids tomorrow, the Canada Strong Fund will invest alongside the private sector in nation-building projects on a fully commercial basis. We will begin with an initial endowment of $25 billion. Over time, the fund will grow through asset recycling and reinvestment, creating even greater opportunities for future generations. We will also do something else that's new and important. For those Canadians who want to participate in an even more direct way, we will make it easy for individual Canadians to invest in the fund and therefore own a small piece of nation-building projects and share in their returns. The fund will be professionally managed and operate as an arm's-length independent Crown corporation. And we'll consult over the coming months on the specific aspects of the fund. But one thing is sure, it will be accessible to everyone, not just a few. Because the Canada Strong Fund is about solidarity amongst Canadians, no matter where they live. So whether a project is in Alberta, Quebec, or in the far north, high north, all Canadians will have a stake. Because this is about ensuring that you and your children and your children's children benefit from the prosperity that we are creating today. You know, in many ways, we're walking today the same path as our predecessors did. We have the same conviction that ambition and drive can change the course of a nation. We have the same catalytic role for government to make nation-building projects happen. We have the same reliance on private enterprise to build and run these businesses. But at the same time, we've also learned from our past. The Canadian Pacific Railway transformed Canada, but it did so in a way that also left deep scars. Indigenous peoples were displaced from their lands. Thousands of workers toiled in appalling conditions. And the wealth that was created accrued to the few, not the many. Three things are different this time. This time we are building with Indigenous peoples as full partners, ensuring meaningful Indigenous ownership and major economic benefits. This time, we are building in solidarity with Canadian workers, creating hundreds of thousands of high-paying union jobs. And this time, for the first time in our history, every Canadian will hold a direct stake in what's built. Because we know that nation building is not just about what we build, it's also about how we build. We are building together with all Canadians and for all Canadians. Nous bâtissons une économie plus forte, plus autonome et plus résiliente pour tous. Un avenir qui n'est pas seulement solide, mais aussi prometteur. Un Canada qui n'est pas seulement prospère, mais juste. Un Canada qui n'est pas réservé à quelques-uns, mais qui est pour tous en tout temps. Jean Lesage, le père du Québec moderne, a dit « Notre situation historique et géographique nous a forcés de devenir ce que nous sommes. Nous voulons désormais être ce que nous pouvons devenir. » C'est cette même philosophie qui nous inspire aujourd'hui pour créer le Fonds Canada Fort. Par l'entremise de ce fonds, chacun des Canadiens et Canadiennes aura sa part des bénéfices découlant de ces grands projets. Ce sont nos ressources naturelles, notre main-d'œuvre et notre richesse. Voilà la meilleure façon d'être maître chez nous, pour bâtir un Canada fort pour tous. Un Canada où tout le monde y trouve son compte, où tout le monde peut participer. It's our country. It's your future. We're building by Canadians, for all Canadians. We are building Canada strong for all. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, and I look forward to your questions.
First question, go ahead. Good morning, Prime Minister.
Morning.
Stephanie Levitz from the Globe and Mail. The government's running deficits and cutting spending across the board. So where is this $25 billion going to come from?
Well, the first thing, I won't front-run the Minister of Finance too much tomorrow. But there will be good news tomorrow with the spring update on the fiscal situation, the government's performance against our deficit targets, the government performance on getting spending under control, and the government's performance at the main time, and this has been core to our strategy, which is to spend less, get spending under control, so that Canada can invest more. And what today is about is ensuring that as Canada invests more, Canada as a country, the Canadian private sector, foreign investors in Canada, that all Canadians share in the benefits of that. We have ample resources in order to do so alongside. And remember, last point, and I'll hand back, is that there's a series, and this is what governments have done over the years, series of measures that governments are taking to create the possibility of these projects. We're doing that on a different scale now. And now we're making sure at the same time that all Canadians benefit.
Follow up. You keep